Scorpio, to your end of the month reading for January. Hope you guys have had a beautiful January. Okay, let's see what's going on with you at the end of the month. Best messages. Beautiful Empress throwing herself out there. She's talking about that abundance, that fertility, good parenting and development, having those accomplishments and growing. Time to take that action for any kind of manifesting as well. Being that co-creator that you are, that everybody in the planet is, whether they know it or not, or want to believe it or not. Let's see what's going on. Could even have someone around you who is pregnant, or you may even be pregnant and you might be getting ready to, you know, make a bigger family. Okay, let's see. Yeah, no matter what, this is talking about the ending of a beginning to the growth. But I feel like there was a lot of growth and a lot of transformation when we're talking about the Empress coming out with the Death card, because it's talking about I've accomplished things, I've grown, I know I've evolved in certain situations, so therefore I have transitioned in the ways of thinking. There's been a lot of change, maybe, like I said, even changes. If you're pregnant, there's changes to your body, right? Your mind is evolving. You're growing in different ways, right? Getting ready and thinking different because now you're having a baby. Even if you have other kids, your mind still, you know, gets different because now you're going to think, oh my gosh, now I have to have this baby with those kids. And see what I'm saying? So no matter what, you're still growing. And if you're male and you know your wife is getting ready to have a baby, you know, it could be, you know what, new parenting skills, new ideas, new fresh jobs, new changes. Might need a new job to be able to afford another baby or to have a baby. So it just feels like whatever's going on within the situation, you know that there's been a huge transformation in these areas of your life somewhere, right? Mind, body, soul, however. But it's saying that it, you know, if you were on a spiritual journey, your journey is over. You have learned what you need to learn, and it's the end of that cycle. Wow. So now you get to cycle to the next one. Right? And then the journey never stops. It's just saying I've transitioned so much. And for those of you who are not pregnant, of course, there's going to be many of you who are not. It's just talking about that evolution of growth and the way that you're transformed. And you might even be seeing that transformation of the way that you were thinking last year. Now, coming around, you're saying, wow, you know what? I have changed a lot. If I really sit back and kind of look around at the ways I'm thinking now and the things that I'm doing now versus last year, a lot has kind of changed, right? So let's see what's going on. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might have been very introverted and maybe you're coming outside of that box. You're coming back up, right? If you were on a spiritual journey, that would make a lot of sense as well, because we need to stay introverted. We need to stay, right? You need to stay in that, away from people, so that I can think, I can meditate, I can grow, I can hear, I can see things from a different view. For others of you, it might just be that I wasn't feeling good, or however is going on, that it just like, you know what, maybe I was feeling more introverted at the time, but now I'm feeling like I want to get out. I want to communicate more. I'm going to get out into the world a little bit more now. I'm going to kind of open myself out there and put myself out there. It could even be a job. Maybe your job has changed and it felt like you weren't getting out there enough. And so maybe it's pushing you. Maybe if you're like on YouTube, for example, you have more subscribers, you're going to want to make more videos, right? Because you're being almost pushed to that limit to where it's like, I want more, I want more, I want more. And they're like, okay, I'll give you more, right? So you're not just going to be like in a box, right? You're jumping outside of that box. Because yes, and the reason I'm saying that is because it's talking about that planning and that progress and making those decisions, having new discoveries, new things going on within your life, where you're attaining different kinds of goals, seeing things in different lights, progressing towards what it is you truly need, that's going to make you want to be more social, right? Maybe you just weren't feeling like the social butterfly, you know? It's like some of you live in the snow and you're like, you know, I'm not leaving my house. I'm going to work. I'm coming home, snuggling up next to the fireplace, whatever, drinking cocoa, watching Netflix, and I'm done, right? I'm not going out in that snow and that ice, right? So however it is, take it how it resonates, but whether, you know, in whatever areas it is. I even remember when I was pregnant at work, and I was like, I'm done with work. I'm going home. I don't want to be talking on the phone. You know, I don't want to be doing stuff like that, right? Because I just want me time. I'm pregnant. I don't feel great. I don't feel like I want to go out hustling and bustling and walking like a penguin everywhere I go, right? So, yeah, because there could have been some moodiness. You might even felt some moodiness. I'm definitely picking up on someone who's pregnant. Oh my, I can't deny that, guys. So for those of you who are pregnant or dealing with someone pregnant, the reason they're not coming out of the shell is because they're a little moody, right? So if it's not you, it could be, you know, why are they not doing what they're doing? Because they're a little moody. Okay, pregnancy. Yes, some people love it, and then some people don't take it as well as others. I personally liked it at certain points, and then other points it was like, leave me alone, don't touch me, I'm moody. Right? So, however that is, because I don't feel like there's, you know, I always felt like there was just never a time where I just felt like wonderful, right? My feet hurt, my legs hurt, leave me alone, you know? I have to sleep a certain way and then I wake up all cramped up, you know. So, and I always had such horrible heartburn. But then my kid came out with a full head of hair, and the doctor said that was because he had lots of hair. My mother-in-law said that too. He's probably got lots of hair. So, boy, that was true. So yeah, there might even feel like, you know, you're going through this kind of just new ideas, and maybe you felt like you even had some creative blocks, but now you're feeling like those are going away. They're seeing you transform, and you know, transformations are not always like, you know, they think it's like this, you know, I'm going on this spiritual journey, and I'm going through this enlightenment, this spiritual awakening, so they expect you to be like, la. It's not like that. Right? It's not like that. You shed a lot of tears. You look back on a lot of things. You know, you're going over a lot of things that were going on within your life, and just shedding things and healing from things and learning new things, right? So, okay, so feeling a little stuck for some of you. Let's see what's going on within this situation. Yeah, just really finding the truth and the balance within the situation. It just feels like right now your clarity is really opening up as everything is starting to change. You feel this very abundant nature coming towards you. So I do feel like, you know what, through the growth and the expansion over here, it just feels like, hey, you know what, and I feel like I'm way more balanced than I had been and for a while. Right, so just knowing, you know what, this is where I feel very comfortable. This is where I'm feeling like myself again. Right? I do feel like myself. I do feel very good. You know, there's still going to be some moodiness and a little disappointments. I mean, you know, we live in life. It's not always going to be wonderful, but I just don't feel like the disappointments are going to be like they were before. I just feel they're going to be really light. Right? And for some of you, it may be none. You might feel like, you know, I went through 7 days of no disappointments. I was fine. Right? Yeah, instead of feeling so introverted and so, you know, closed off, you're feeling like you're more, you know, I want to get out there. I want to talk. I feel more ambitious. I want to actually get out there and do things. I actually feel like I want to take on more conversations, you know, maybe more date nights, more girls' night out, however it is, right? Really get out there. I feel like you know what, it's time. It's time for me to get out there, and you know what, I feel like I can do this. With the planning in progress, yeah, it's just that, you know what, I've cleared a lot of boundaries. I have an open mind. I'm very perceptive. I feel like I have this growth, this evolutionary change. I feel good. And I feel like I am progressing. And I think that you have, you know, you've spoken your truth to yourself, to the outer world. You've learned some things, but I do feel like no matter what it is, it's time to have more communication, right? Maybe you have kind of blocked yourself off towards someone and maybe you want to open back up to them, right? So with the disappointments, yeah, it's kind of like, well, I was feeling a little disappointments. You know what, maybe I even was even more introverted because I didn't want to have anything unpredictable coming towards me. I was tired of that. But it just feels like now you're feeling a little more passionate about, you know, returning back to relationships, you know, opening up, right, making different kind of love choices, going after new passionate beginnings. Maybe there were some things that on your journey over here and your growth and the things that you want, maybe you kind of, you know what, I put that on the back burner, you know, years ago, months ago, and I decided that, you know what, maybe I would like to return back to this, to painting, to writing, to singing, something that I'm very passionate about. Having these new ideas, maybe you were having a lot of creative blocks. Like I said, you still could have somebody very irresponsible around you, but it does feel like whatever it is, you're having this Ace of Pentacles come towards you where you feel like you're on this new venture, this new abundant venture, something that makes you very happy, something that you feel like this is where my stability can be for this moment, right? If you felt like they were being irresponsible at that time and you have somebody who has been irresponsible, it seems like now they might be coming around wanting to help, wanting to pick up the slack and all of the things that they were doing before. And maybe that was another reason you kind of blocked them, right? But now you're saying, okay, if you're going to start acting right, then you know what? I'll let you back in. So it could make them feel like they have something. Maybe they were lazy and didn't want to get a job, and now they have a job, Ace of Pentacles. They're getting a new venture. They're getting new finances. Something that can help adapt and build. But however it is, it just feels like the adapting and the building, it's making more sense when it comes to balancing out the relationships, balancing out things that you're doing. Whatever this Ace of Pentacles is, it's kind of like this aha moment, this thought, this want, this ability to do things. I found more time to be able to do this project. Wow, guys. So it looks like you're really going after it. Talk about your New Year's resolution over here. Yeah, because you just feel like you have victory now. You have the understanding. You could have even gotten a promotion, Ace of Pentacles. And good news is just falling into place for you with the good fortune. And it feels like you're achieving a lot of things the more you just keep progressing forward for yourself. The Emperor. Having that structure, feeling like you're in power, protecting yourself, but being more disciplined and more practical. And if you guys are pregnant, it could be that, you know, you're finding more balance, more time ability for yourself, right? Learning to maneuver in different ways, you know? Learning to have somebody else tie your shoes. Get over here, tie these shoes. I can't even see my feet. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Or, I'm not going to wear tie shoes anymore. I'm wearing my slippers. And you know what? I don't care. You know, kudos to you for wearing your slippers. Because you know what? It's either sandals or slippers. It is winter for the majority of all of you. And you know what? It is too cold to be wearing flip-flops. Put on your slippers. I am pretty sure in the store, if somebody said something to you about wearing slippers when you're this big, okay, I'm pretty sure everybody in that store would look at them sideways and say, are you crazy? Every woman will go crazy for you. Don't worry about it. And if I were there, I'd do it myself. I'll be like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you going to get down there and tie her shoes? I didn't think so. I remember I worked. My husband used to always have to tie my shoes before I went to work. And then that one day, he went to work early, and I didn't have anybody to tie my shoes, so I took him to work. And my boss tied my shoes. Yeah. He was like, okay, I'll tie your shoes. He's like, your shoes are not tied. I was like, yeah, I'm 8 months pregnant and ready to fall over, so I just pray to God I don't step on these laces. It's like no joke. I worked at Denny's and I was just like, I walked in there, I waddled in there, right, like a penguin. And he was like, your shoes are not tied. And I was like, yeah, who's going to tie them? Is nobody home? Nobody's home. It's my first kid, so yeah. And I was not a happy camper. I did not enjoy pregnancy, my friends. Although I do we have to say one thing though, my tips were really good. So I would have to say I probably made better tips pregnant than I did. And everybody would seem nicer. Why does everybody seem nicer? Well, all of a sudden I'm pregnant and everybody's so nice to me. Oh, you're so cute. It's like, then you're not pregnant anymore and everybody's like, hurry up with that. Oh, take your time, dear. Oh, hurry. I'm leaving. Oh. That was the only thing that was wonderful. I was a pretty princess, right? Okay, guys, so you have the 10 of Cups and the fruits of your labor, the 9 of Pentacles. So you are a pretty princess. And if you're a male, you are the Prince of Pentacles. You are the Prince Charming. Don't let anybody tell you you're not, because it's showing you are. You have the divine love, you have all the happiness, you have everything. Everything's coming together for you as the Empress. So, you know what? You got mini Empress over here going straight into Empress mode. So, you know what? It's all good. You have this. You've got, you know what? You're going to have plenty of financial stability. Some of you are probably even going to get ready to start going on that pregnant disability thing, and you're going to, you know what? Sit back, relax, and let people adapt to you and let them run around for you. Okay, my friend. So otherwise, all I see is that everything's really coming together. You were very focused. You've went on this journey. You've had, that cycle is ending. And if it was, it just feels like for some of you it was one hell of a cycle. But it's now turning around in your favor. Take responsibility for every thought and feeling. It can affect the whole universe. Okay, and distinguish, the importance of your inner spiritual work from outer success. But that was a part of that being on that journey. That was the whole point, right? That was the whole point of being on a journey. For those of you on a journey, is to, right there, finding the importance of the spiritual work from the outer success. That's the point. That's how we balance the scales, right? Okay, guys, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.